So now the scan to mesh local processing is done. You get the functionality open in editor, and now we going to see it in the editor. What we see here is the expansion, fire extinguisher, pipes, pumps, and technical heaters. This was what I prepared before this. Here on the right hand side you have the grid. You can put it on and off. You have the functionality to create a perspective or an orthographic window selection, so you can select entire blocks. You also see if I click somewhere, it's now mesh. Then you have a fence selection like this. Then you have here triangle selection. So it's to select, double click, and you select inside of your triangle. You have edit your bounding box of your section box. So is like this. Then you have reset. So this one can reset. You can shift it like this. You can turn it around. Then you have this one. And then that one. You can reset it again. Visible or not visible. See? Then you have no texture. So eventually it uses this texture of the scan. RGB color. So this is coming out of the scan. Intense texture. So now we have an overlay of our classified objects. Classified color mode. So if you put it off, you already have black and gray. So here we have the technical room. I want to put that off and maybe also the classified objects. Unclassified. So we're going to start now with classify the objects. Delete, delete. Like this. So what you saw, it was so now you see I deleted here the filters and I said here I want to load it. So if you open the editor for the first time, you need to load it. Here you can say unload or load. So if you unload it, you only see the classified objects, um, which I already created in the previous video or in the previous moment. So load the entire model, and what we're going to do now, we want to see inside of the model how it's been. So here you see a few objects. Here you see the heater, and let's say this is a heater of 150 watt, let's say. So I want to create a new layer in the classified root. I want to say now this one I want to create, but I am creating it with edit. Or you can say I select this one, no, this one. I want to select this one like that. And then you say here set limit box to selection extents. Now I selected a lot of things, but I only want to have this thing. So the heater I selected, going around, and these things I don't need. So you can deselect. Oh, this one I want to use. And for this moment, this is okay for me. And I say here, heater, merge and classify. So this now is the heater. If you want to see the colors, it's like this. If you want to say there are things that don't need to be there, you can say I want to select it and then create a new filter and say floor, for example, and then say here target is the floor. This is the entire floor and the walls. Okay, next. Reset. I want to use this one now. It's also a heater, but this time it's a heater of 1000 watts. It's just an example, and it's blue like that. And here you have the button classify. Also that part is for that heater like this. So by selecting or using the classification, you can already create objects which we can use later on. Here are two boilers, let's say. No, that's like this. Let's call it a boiler. And now say it's another color like this. And no texture. And then you see that it's actually quite nice. You also see that here on the backside there is no hatch. That's because the scanner didn't put the position over there. Maybe here it's also something interesting. These are the sockets. Let's call it maybe in green. And you can create those sockets by selecting them. Okay. And then you say here, and now we have the green sockets. Maybe the pipes, if you want to use the pipes, already created here a pump, but we also have this parts. So what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna select them, say like this. Then I want to only use that, like this. Okay. And now I can say a good view. I want to delete the grid. Now I have a good view. And then you can say this valves and this valves I want to use in my classification. Like this, valves, diameter, I don't know, 100. And then you also say, I want to classify this. Okay, so now I have a few objects. No, and I already want to see the technical objects.